Welcome to day 10 of my 12-day Christmas workout follow along. That's really getting more of a mouthful each time, every take I do that. So today we're going to be doing a nice stretch. It's going to be a 10-minute stretch, so don't worry if you're a bit achy after yesterday's shoulders and core session. Hopefully you'll really enjoy this one. So I've got the timer ready to go, and we're going to go from head to toe. So starting with the head, we're just going to take a nice look up towards the ceiling and then down towards the floor. And you're just going to do that a couple of times just to gently wake up the neck and give it a little stretch out. Good. And then you're going to do exactly the same thing, just coming side to side. So gently looking, making sure you move your head nice and slowly. And then we get a bit twee and we're going to tilt the head from side to side. So think about your ear coming towards your shoulder. And then from here, pick one side and you're just gently going to do a little half circle to one side and then half circle back the other way. Just do that a couple more times. And then once more. Good. Then we're going to have a little roll with the shoulders. So you're really thinking about lifting them up and squeezing them around. Nice big circles. And then you're going to add in the elbows. So you're going to touch the top of your shoulders, circle it round. Good. And then get the arms involved. So you're going to do a big circle all the way around. Good. And then just reverse that final circle. Nice big arms to come forward. And then into the elbows. And then simply into the shoulders. Good. And then from here, we're just going to take a nice little side stretch. So I'm going to reach out and away and then bring that arm up and over the top. And I'm trying to reach for the corner of the room, so where the ceiling meets the wall. Don't come right sideways, but think nice length through that finger. And you're going to swap that over, bring the other arm up and bring it around, reaching to the corner of the room. Good. Take that one more time each way. This time, you're going to flex your hand, rotate and lift up. Bring it back again and recover. Come over to the other way. You're going to rotate that hand, twist to look up. You can kind of look to that hand or look past that hand. You should just feel a nice extra stretch in that side. Good, bring that down. We're just going to move into the spine. So we're going to take a roll down, tucking that chin and coming all the way over the top of the legs. And you're going to walk your hands out and you're going to find your downward dog position. So as I've mentioned in previous challenge, if you can't get your heels down, please don't worry. Keep a slight bend in the knee. And if the heels need to come off, they come off, as long as you're feeling a nice stretch through the back and the legs here. Good. And you can cycle the feet, so just bending one foot and then swapping it over, so you kind of push more into one side than the other. Good. If you get clicking going on, that's absolutely fine, as long as it's not painful. Bring your knees down to the floor. And then you're going to come into a child's pose. So my head's going to come down towards the floor. And then from here, I'm going to think about rippling through a cat-cow. So I'm going to start with the spine. It's going to curl all the way around until I reach the top of that cat-cow. I'm going to send my hips down to the floor and open out. Try not to let your shoulders crunch up. Keep space between your shoulder and your ear. And then you're just going to push back again into your child's pose position. And again, we ripple through. So you come through the top of the spine, push the hips down, keep space between the shoulder and the ear. And then back through. Good. We're just going to do one more of those. So rippling through the back. Send the hips down. And then push it back into your child's pose. Good, and then we're just going to get into the hips a little bit today. So from where you are, you're just going to open the legs a little bit wider, also bring the feet out, and you're going to sit in the middle here in this nice deep hip stretch. Might not be so nice for some of you. If you want to make it a little bit easier, you bring your weight further forward, so it's less intense on the hips. If you want a really intense stretch, sit back towards your hips. And you're just going to deep breathe and allow yourself to fall into that stretch a little bit more. Good. You can also put some cushions underneath your knees if this one hurts. Sometimes I have to do that because it can get a little bit painful if you're here for a long time. Or go sideways on your mat. That's also a good way. Good. We're going to release out of that one. And we're going to bring ourselves to bring our feet forward in front of us, and we're going to bring one foot so it's touching the inside of the leg, and we're just going to come for a little stretch over the top here. So try not to crunch down. If you're really struggling to sit here, just think about sitting up tall first, and if you feel a nice stretch through here, that's where you're going to stay. If you're happy in this straight position, you're just going to walk your hands a tiny bit forward. And if this is where you are, this is all good. If you're really happy here, walk yourself down onto the elbows. And we're always trying to keep length out the top of the head. And then finally, if you're happy there, you can bring the head down. But again, keep thinking about lengthening. Good. And again, using the breath. Every time you breathe out, you're really relaxing into this position. Good, we're going to swap those legs over. So I'm going to bring the other one into the middle. And again, sitting nice and tall, make sure the bum is firmly glued on the floor before you go anywhere. Walking the hands forward and then bringing yourself down onto those elbows if you're happy there. Good, and gently relaxing further and further into this stretch. Good, and then bringing yourself out of that, we're just going to go into some of those hip rocks that we actually did the other day. So I'm just going to come here to show you. And I like this one because it's nice and gentle and it kind of meets you where you are on the day. So if you're getting a lot of clicking, just moving through this should feel quite nice. You're also getting a mild quad stretch as well. And if you want a bit more of a quad stretch, you can come into this position and kind of lean back onto the hands to get a bit more of a stretch through there. So it's up to you. If you want more hips, you just keep moving through. Got the option of coming over the top and stretching out here, or coming backwards and stretching out into your quads. Good. Nice. Couple more. And you're always trying to think about lengthening through that spine, so we're not kind of hunched in this position, but thinking about sitting nice and tall. You'll just get more of a stretch throughout the rest of the body that way. Good, and then you're just going to bring your feet in together. This is a bit like a frog position. And you're just going to think about pushing down on your knees. And again, if you're really happy in this position, you can walk yourself forward over the top and you can hang out in whichever version feels good for you. Good, bringing yourself up through the middle. Finally, we're just going to do a little spine twist. So you're going to come laying flat on your back, bringing both knees over to one side, hands out and looking the opposite way. If you want a slightly harder version, you're going to tuck one leg over and keep the other one straight. This is a really, really nice one for the back. Good, and swap direction. So either both knees over, or I'm bringing one over the top, and I'm looking the opposite way. Good, that's your time. You can stay there if you're enjoying that, or you can relax down. So I hope you're feeling a bit looser, a bit more open, and a bit more ready for your day. Join me tomorrow for day 11. We're nearly there. You're doing amazing, and I'll see you then.